Hello, friends and family. Today is April 11th, Saturday, April 11th, 2026, and it's a Saturday. But this week, I'm gonna do the video for next week. But since I think it's kind of sensitive information, I'm not gonna wait. The thing happened many years ago. So all the Chinese media were saying Liu Shaoqi, the Chinese chairman who's only second to Chairman Mao, died. I mean, his son, Liu Shaoqi's son, died in the year 1967. His name is Liu YunBin. Actually, he was my neighbor. If he died in 1967, I wouldn't have met him at all. That was a really nice uncle. Every day he would stay outside with us kids, teaching us about potty training. It was very helpful. And I remember after he died, I held my mom's bicycle and said, "Took me to work," and cried tears all over my neck like that. So if he died, how do I know it was him that that all the media were talking about? To my in my memory, that uncle was really nice to me, and his son, that little boy, wiped my butt for me because I wasn't potty trained yet that time, and one time he held me after the butt wiping, took me to my grandma and told my grandma that I just pooped, need new pants, all those stuff. And occasionally he fed me too. And every day when we went out, he would ask my mom or my grandma, did they eat yet? What do they need? Or those things, like all kinds of super detailed daycare stuff. After all, he was a doctoral graduate. He's not. I think he's got the character of being a nice teacher, I guess, from a doctor from the old Soviet Union. That was quite a powerful thing. So, and yes, one night when I was running around with my friend, we did see he was working. That time it was like 9 p.m. or something. So I remembered that thing Inner Mongolia, in Baotou, and he one day after one day of babysitting, that day was actually pretty good. That the harsh parading was all gone without things were getting better, and that day was pretty good. And I was sitting with Uncle, and at first Little Red and her brother and we three were all sitting with Uncle. And at very beginning, my friend, Uncle's own son, also sitting with, and they called him back, And then after a while, they called Little Red and her brother back, and after a while they called me back, and we were. When I went back home, I saw somebody sitting at my home and said, "You are not allowed to go out to talk to him at all." And then it was like 7 o'clock at night. The grandson, Liu Shaoqi's grandson, knocking on my door and said, called my nickname and said, "Where's my dad? Where's my dad?" Or we were looking for him. And then the second morning, they said they found him. I think it's second day. Sometime they found him. Someone said they found him on a railway. And later on, I asked Liu Shaoqi's grandson, "Did you see your dad's body? People told me that you saw it." He said, "No, I didn't see it. I just saw a little bit blood on there. Nothing." And I think later on, everybody was asking that train driver, "Did you run over him? Did you run over him?" And I think there were many different versions of his confession, and sometimes he said no, sometimes he said yes, and he cried and cried, and later on, half a year later, we all heard that he killed himself. So, as kids who were involved, Liu Shaoqi's grandson still living. I'm still living, but I'm afraid all the rest of the kids involved, I never saw them in town anymore. Never saw them on the street anymore. And very soon that whole residential area was flattened by some big trucks, and just for the rebuild of that place, and everything broken down, and I never saw them around the town anymore. And I was told that they moved to somewhere in town. And then I went to college, had a totally different life experience, but I was always wondering where all the people involved, where they are. I mean, where they've been. Just never met them anymore. Later, when I was in Beijing, I did see my childhood playmate, the one who wiped my butt for me. I did meet him in an English class that I was pretend to teach. Of course, I don't know what I was teaching. Well, I know what I was teaching, but more is I always pray to Lord that everything will be all right. Pray to Lord that I will live good the rest of my life. At that time, China was still kind of very door closing thing, so that was pretty new, I guess. That teaching was, I don't know, pretty scary to me. And later on, I did talk to him once. He knew my nickname. As long as he just say one thing, "Where's my dad?" I would remember who he was. But he didn't say that. He seemed to just swallow his tears and walk up to me and said, that he was born in 1965. So that time I just didn't think it was him, because 1965 is like ancient history to me. I just never thought it was him. That means even 20 years after that happened, the story was still covered up by government. I wonder his mother's still living. There's never some kind of news reporter talking to Liu YunBin's wife in Wikipedia or something. Well, he survived, but he never dared to be himself. He stuck with the lie that saying that he was born in the year 1965. So when his dad died, he was like 2.5 years old. The fact is, when his dad died, he was 2.5 years old, but I think that was like 1974 or something like that. I remember very well, not too long later, Chairman Mao died. So now it starts to make sense why Liu Yuan's always like holding a branch of troop anytime this prepared to rebel anytime, just seem, and sometimes Xi Jinping has to control him in central government for a while, because it's like anytime they're gonna get shut up for the story. The true story is Chairman Mao holding a gun, go out everywhere to execute these red family kids. And since Chairman Mao, after 1976, after he died, he was still the representation of Chinese Communist Party. These people, these people never got their justice. The justice was never done. So that is why Liu Yuan always hold his brand of troop ready to rebel, because justice never been done, and story always covered up, and they're in danger of getting shut off, physically erased anytime. Of course. I bet even if they go overseas, they wouldn't dare to just tell the true story, because they're getting their stipend from central government currently. I dare to, because for now and for a long time, I'm not preparing to go to China. I'm not gonna go there. At least for now. And yes, are you gonna remove Chairman Mao's picture from Tiananmen Square? You know what Chairman Mao looked like there? Looked like a big monster, and blood everywhere, and bloody fingers just crawling on that Tiananmen Square. That's Tiananmen Square's red. It's all the blood from Chairman Mao's body. That is Chairman Mao. Take it off. That is a curse. Not just for me, but for those red family kids who's holding the troop, ready to rebel anytime. And open up with a world about that bloody story that he was holding a gun, go eliminate every red family kid who could take over. Just think about it. That PhD in physics, how nice he was to all the kids. What will happen in the future if he's in charge? That's oh well, too bad he died. That is my story about Liu Shaoqi's son and his grandson. Yeah, I can tell you're there watching, and tears all over your eyes. Yeah, now I think it's very clear that what happened. I was always wondering why when I was little, the instructors, teachers in my kindergarten always hit my head, and there were times I went back home and just really all out, just don't want to eat, don't want to play, really all out. And when Liu Shaoqi's grandson came to find me every day, I'm here to go out to play with you. I want to play with you every day. My dad said, no, don't come to find her anymore. I didn't jump up to play with you because I was really sick. Oh my gosh, it was like every day. My mom always asked me, what did you do? I said I didn't do anything, and sometimes my head was hit when I was taking a nap. Now I see it was all planned to make sure I forget about things, to make sure I don't remember that history. So when it was the year 1978, 79 or so, when people from Beijing to investigate this thing, Big Dragon went for the investigation, and Big Orchid went for the investigation, and they both said they heard that old man was saying, I want to kill you, I want to kill you, and uncle was crying, said, don't kill, don't kill, don't kill, things like that. Obviously, Chairman Mao did it. That thing did it. Just take that picture off. This is so disgusting. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Currently, I do not have any plan to go to China, but you never know in the future. I should go there to revisit someone who wiped my butt when I didn't know better, and who didn't even dare to be himself. Yeah, I figured as long as I talk this out, I'll be safe, because Communist Party is still there, Chairman Mao's picture is still there. I gotta say this. And plus, do you know this is the house for mental institution, and Boston is the biggest mental asylum. So whatever I say, I'm mentally ill anyway, so don't take me serious. You do whatever is of your best interest. I love you guys. I'll see you in next one.